Welcome back, friends. We're here at day 9 of the Go Love Yourself yoga offering. And I just want to say thanks for all your love and patience yesterday. Definitely needed the time off and more time for self-care. And I'm starting to feel better, so I'm happy to be here with you guys, whether it's this morning or afternoon or evening. We're going to start off in a child's pose. So we're going to take our toes together, hang out with the cat for a minute. Hi, Sagira. And then we're going to take a side stretch here. So the hips are going to be settled back towards the heels. We're going to walk our hands over towards the right side and then just kind of pull back through that left hip. So finding lots of space in between the left fingertips and the left hip, a nice side body stretch. Just letting the forehead rest down towards the ground. And then we'll walk it through center, maybe walking over top of animals, planting the right hand down, forehead rests, pulling back through that right hip this time. Nice side body stretch, feeling it into the right armpit. You can even kind of push out through the right side of the body and the right shoulder. And then take a couple of nice deep breaths here. And then we'll bring it back through center. We're going to come into a bit of a twist here. We'll take our right arm, sweep it over towards the left side, and then we can either plant that left hand down or take the left hand and reach it back towards the right hip. Hi. We'll sweep the left hand back out, unwind ourselves back through center, and then left hand over towards the right side. Option to sweep that right hand back towards the left hip. Somebody is feeling very playful and frisky, and she's happy that I'm feeling better. One more deep full breath here. Hi. And then taking that right arm back out, unwinding, lifting through the hips. Let's drop the hips forward a little bit, lift through the toes, keep the toes together, but lift the feet. And then a gentle back bend here. So pull the chest forward, roll the shoulders back, slight engagement through the core to protect the low back, and then just gentle push of the head back towards the space behind. And then we'll come through table, tucking the toes, walking the hands so that they're just in front of the shoulders, and we'll lift the knees off of the floor to hover. So we're just lifting the knees maybe an inch or two off of the ground, engaging through the core, feeling that low belly activation, and then we'll push through the palms of the hands into the fingers, send the hips up and back, find downward facing dog. So from our downward dog, let's bend the right knee, let the weight of the hips go over towards the right side, and then we'll come through center, keep the hips moving back, bend left knee, shift weight of hips over towards the left, and we'll just do this a few times each side, one side, and then the other. And then sending hips straight back. Let's take the weight of the body forward, come into our plank position, and then we'll shift the weight of the body forward even more. And we'll just kind of rock back and forth on our toes like this. And you'll notice that at one point the weight of the body is behind the wrists, and then it shifts forward. Next time the weight of the body shifts forward, option to drop the knees down towards the ground or keep the knees lifted. Hug the elbows towards the sides of the body and slowly lower all the way down towards the floor. Take one foot back and then the other. We're going to ground the palms underneath the shoulders, lift through the chest, lift through the head. Keep pulling the hands back towards the hips as you lift the upper body. Use an exhale to come all the way down. Take a nice deep full inhale and exhale. And then we'll rise again, roll the shoulders open, ground the palms, lift through the upper body, Send that heart space forward and through. Strong arms, elbows hugging in towards the sides of the body. And then from here, we're just gonna lift the hips, tuck the toes, lift the knees to hover one more time, and then send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. From here, let's take that right foot forward, coming into a pigeon pose. So the right knee slides behind the right wrist, right foot walks over towards the left side. Now, if we're tight, we can have that foot in towards center a little bit further. But if we have the opening, we're going to take that foot, bring it out further so that the shin is almost parallel with the front of the mat. And then we can walk that left hip back. So both hips pointing forward. Lift through the chest, lengthen through the spine. And then maybe start to make your way down. You might come to forearms or elbows. You might even stack the palms and just rest the forehead on the hands. But again, we're looking for that idea of space and length through the body. So use your breath here. As you inhale, creating space and length through the spine, and then as you exhale, just exhaling tightness from the hips. Let's push into the hands and lift through the upper body. We're going to take this right foot, draw it a little bit closer in towards center now if it's not already there. And then we'll come into a twist again. So threading that left hand over towards the right side, maybe releasing the head down. We can sweep that right hand back and around, or just leave it hanging out in front. So just find a position for the arm that feels good. Sweep right hand back and around. Unwind, planting the hands. And we'll tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, step up and back, downward facing dog. Next side, left leg sweeps forward. And we'll find a place to lower it down. Lengthen that right leg behind. Turn both hip points to face forward. Lift through the chest, lengthen through the spine, and then slowly begin to explore some movement. And you'll probably find that each side of the body is a little bit different in terms of tightness, tension, and holding. So just notice if this side feels a little bit different. Take whatever position you need to support the body. And then send a couple of deep breaths right down into the hips and the pelvis. We'll push into the palms just enough that we can lift through the upper body. Slide that left leg in and then find our twist on this side. The right hand over, the left hand sweeps behind. Left hand is going to plant. We'll rise back up. This time we're just going to sweep that right leg around, coming into a seated position. Let's take Baddha Konasana here. So soles of the feet together, knees apart. Hands can be on the shins or around the feet. And we'll walk the hips as close towards the feet as feels good for opening through the hips. Let's lift through the chest, lengthen through the spine, engage the core. And if that's enough of a stretch, then please stay there. Otherwise, bit by bit, millimeter by millimeter, start to hinge your way forward, keeping that length to the spine. So we're not starting to round the back here in order to come forward. We're going to keep a nice flat back, keep the opening. Inhale to sit up, hands to the outside of the knees, knees come together. Left leg is going to lengthen, right leg is going to step over top. So keeping that right knee bent, We'll take the left elbow around the right knee, hug it in nice and close, twist towards the right, turn the head to face back. And then inhale, come back through center. Uncrossing the legs. Let's lengthen right foot out. Step that left foot over top, hugging through the elbow, turning towards the left, keeping that right foot activated, and then turning the head to face back. Inhale to unwind, and we'll finish with a heart opener. A nice way to start the day. Bending the knees, soles of the feet to the floor, palms plant behind, fingertips pointing forward if that's okay for the wrists. We'll push into the feet, push into the hands, lift through the hips, look up towards the ceiling. Feel that beautiful stretch through the front body and into the shoulders. And then slowly lower all the way back down. Find crossed leg. Take hands towards heart center. Drop the chin down towards the chest. Take our moment for gratitude. Namaste, yogis. Go love yourself.